Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 2000's Represent. We're wrapping up this cycle of 2006 with a video game. In this episode, we're talking about Star Trek Legacy. So, as I'd like to do for these Star Trek episodes, I like wearing this cool Starfleet Academy polo shirt. I've had this for a while. One of my favorite shirts, and I always find it appropriate to wear during Star Trek videos. So, we're going to be wearing it for that. But yeah, Star Trek Legacy it's kind of a weird video game. It did not review particularly well, specifically on PC. It did better on 360. I played mostly on 360, but for this video, we will be using the PC version. The controls on the PC version are not nearly as good as the 360 version, but it's kind of, like it's what we have. So that's what we'll be using. Yeah, this was a lot of fun when this came out. I remember when they announced it. And I picked it up right away on 360. Had a lot of fun playing through most of the campaign. I didn't complete the campaign, but a lot of fun with that, and then a lot of fun with the online multiplayer skirmish mode. And you can also do skirmish against AI as well, where you can control up to 4 different ships in your fleet. You're in charge of, in the campaign, you have various missions that you're trying to complete. You have to worry about balancing power levels between like engines, weapons, and things like that. So you have to allocate your power based on kind of what the mission might require. I remember there was one mission where it was basically, I don't remember what era it was in the game, but you had to basically get into an area and get out as fast as possible without being detected. So with that one, you would want to allocate more power to the engines so you can make a quicker escape. There might be some that have a lot more combat, so in that case, maybe more power to the weapons. So yeah, then there's a whole campaign. It spans all the way from Enterprise up to the Next Generation era. And Next Generation era in this game also includes Deep Space Nine and Voyager, because those shows, or in the timeline of Star Trek, happened roughly around the same time period. And so like there's some overlap. I know there's definitely overlap between TNG and DS9. There's overlap, obviously, between DS9 and Voyager. I don't know if there was any overlap between Voyager and TNG, though. But yeah, you have basically all the eras of Star Trek up to that time covered. Obviously, Discovery and things like that hadn't happened yet, so they're not in the game. But yeah, you start off playing as Captain Archer, and you progress through various missions during the Enterprise era. You then go into the original series era, and you have several missions there, and then finally concluding the campaign with the Next Generation era as well. But I got my notes here for it. We're going to get through these notes, and then we'll get to our gameplay. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, if I can pull that out of the way, there we are. So Star Trek Legacy, first released December 5th, 2006 on PC, and December 15th on the Xbox 360. Like I said earlier, I did most of my gameplay on this with the 360 version. 360 version apparently, like, obviously better than the PC version, just controlled a little bit better. The PC controls are kind of convoluted, especially on missions where you're in charge of dealing with, full fleets, and you're having to switch between ships on the fly. I think you're only really ever controlling one ship at a time, but you had to basically jump from ship to ship, issue orders of one ship, jump to another ship, issue orders there, and so on. And the main view of the game is the 3D space view, where you can kind of pan the camera around your ships and things like that. And then there's a tactical view, which is an overhead view of the entire area, and you can issue orders on either of those screens, basically. Sometimes it's easier to issue them on the tactical view because you can kind of see, like, I need to move my ship from this planet to this planet, and so on. So we got here, again, there's 5 captains in the game up to that 5 series of shows, so 5 captains. So it starts off in the Enterprise era, and Captain Archer, voiced by Jonathan Archer, voiced by Scott Bakula. You then move into the TOS era, and you have William Shatner providing the lines for Captain Kirk. And then you jump to the TNG era, and you have obviously Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard, Avery Brooks as Captain Sisko, and Kate Mulgrew as Captain Janeway. And like I said, the campaign spans all 5 of those shows as well. And from what I remember, it basically starts. It's basically, I don't necessarily know if it's a Borg origin story, but it starts off with I think like you're going after some Vulcan scientist, and I think that scientist is doing all these kinds of crazy experiments, which I believe lead to the creation of the Borg. I remember there was one mission in the TOS era. I think it's the final mission in the TOS part of the campaign, and I think it's just called Omega, and it deals with the Omega particles or whatever those were. Which there was a whole episode of Voyager dedicated to it, I think it was called the Omega Directive, and it was like a captain's eyes only, super serious security thing. Basically, like kind of like super top secret, and it was cool. There was a throwback to that episode in this game. There's also a skirmish mode. Skirmish is cool because you can basically create a fleet of ships. You can do like a one-on-one, but you basically you choose a faction. I think the factions in the game, it was like Federation, Klingon, Romulan, and Borg maybe. I'll have to double check once we get to the gameplay. But we'll probably do gameplay with some of the campaign missions and maybe a skirmish or two. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, you have all those. You basically, when you do a skirmish mode, you choose an era. So you can do Enterprise, TOS, TNG, and then you're locked into ships of that era. You can also just open it up to all eras. And so, like, you obviously, if you're doing the TOS era, you can't use like Enterprise D or anything like that, for example. But yeah, that was a cool mode as well. Speaking of the campaign, like I said earlier in the video, I never finished the campaign, and that was because I got stuck on one insanely difficult TNG mission. It's actually the first mission in the TNG part of the campaign, and you actually start off on the Stargazer, so Picard's former ship before being assigned to the Enterprise, where the captain gets killed and he heroically takes over and basically becomes the captain of that ship. So there's these. Basically, I think like a star goes supernova or something causes this star to explode, and there's other planets within that area that are going to be affected by all this space debris that can basically fly into it and destroy other planets as well. So you're in charge of assigning your fleet to destroy all these pieces of space debris. And you're switching between ship to target different pieces of debris. There's a part in the thing, I think in the campaign where the debris breaks up even more, and then it's going to affect other targets or other systems or planets. And then another part of the objective is obviously destroying these planetary fragments, but also dragging with tractor beams these planetary turrets into place to basically fire at debris as it gets closer. Super difficult mission. Never was able to really finish it, so I never experienced the full bit of the TNG campaign, unfortunately. So I only ever got to do missions with Captain Picard. I never got to any of the Sisko or Janeway levels. Yeah, because that mission was just kind of insanely difficult. We're done with the notebook, so we're going to jump into our quick reviews, and then we'll get into our gameplay. So the reviews, not particularly amazing, but I really liked the game. I know it's kind of like a very polarizing game. I think there was one outlet that said it was in the top worst Star Trek games, and then another media outlet or place said it is one of the best Star Trek games. So it's kind of very hit or miss. But we're going to compare these to the compare 360 to PC. So basically, let's look at our reviews here. Game Rankings gave the PC version a 57%, while the Xbox 360 got a 65% from them. Metacritic has the game at a 56 out of 100, or 64 out of 100 for the Xbox version. Let's see here. GameSpot, 5.8 out of 10 for PC, with a 7.2 for the 360 version. GameSpy looks like 2 stars out of 5 on PC, with a 2.5 out of 5 on 360. IGN, 5.9 out of 10 on PC, 7 out of 10 on Xbox. And then PC Gamer, UK gave it a 50. They didn't review it on the Xbox version because it's obviously PC Gamer. But US version of PC Gamer gave it a 53, and then PC Zone has it at 52 out of 100. So not particularly great reviews on the PC side of things. Slightly better on the 360. The controls, like I said, on PC are kind of difficult to get around. I think this was also at the same time, the time period. I could be misremembering this. There were these gaming keyboards. I forget who made them. And they were a basic kind of keyboard layout. You obviously have probably like USB or whatever connection it was. And it was just like a keyboard you could use for whatever. But they also sold these overlays that you would put onto the keyboard for specific games. So basically, if you're doing this game, it would say like the F key. I think the F key is your menu. When you like hover over something, it gives you like a radial menu. Backspace on this game, for example, is full stop on your ship. So you can go like full impulse. You just hit backspace to go full stop. But basically, it was these keyboards that had these overlays for various games with all the keyboard shortcuts kind of like typed or written on the keyboard. I forget what they were called, and I don't remember if they did one for Star Trek Legacy, but I think I remember seeing one for it. I never had one of those keyboards, but I definitely remember layout overlays for like maybe like World of Warcraft and other kind of games like that. But with that said, we're going to jump into our gameplay, and we'll be right back with that. All right, so we're now in our game. Let's just skip through these little intros here. All right, here we go. Here's our main menu. So we got our campaign, you got skirmish, multiplayer. There's our options, some extras. So difficulty, you got basically easy for ensign, intermediate, medium for captain, and expert is admiral. We're gonna go with captain. Kind of forget how difficult the game was. Camera sensitivity. Okay, disengage. All right, let's go start a campaign here. And the loading screens have these cool things here, so let's just, right, here we go.
Reggie, I don't have a lot of time. I've got to get back aboard Enterprise.
So there's Scott Bakula.
John, I do have orders for you, but I want to show you something before you ship out.
This had better not involve Orion slave girls.
Don't worry, I read your mission report on that. No Orions, that much I can promise.
They've done some great work on her, Reggie. I hear they even managed to replace the grapplers with those new tractor beams.
We've made a lot of progress in the past years here, John, due in no small part to what you've accomplished out here. We've launched 5 Daedalus class ships in the last 2 years alone. There actually is a fleet forming out there. It's not just a dream anymore. Starfleet.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and skip this.
Pretty soon you won't need my little ship anymore.
Not true.
Okay, so this level essentially serves as a tutorial, so you basically just have to scan the nearby planet for signs of a wrecked ship.
Enterprise on station.
So yeah, you can kind of pan your camera around, and the thing about the game is the ships all looked really good. So there's the planet. So current objective is depicted by either a white arrow or brackets. So that planet is where we need to go. So we're at a full stop right now, so we basically just hit backspace to get up to full impulse. Yeah, you can kind of move your ship with your WSAD keys.
Hi, Captain. Hi, sir.
All right, so we need to be within 3,000 megameters of an object to scan. So we're going to come out of impulse here pretty soon. Okay, so we got here, hit backspace and hit the F key to scan, okay? Okay, so we're slowing down to 0. So we can transport people, we can hail them, or scan. They want us to scan, so we're going to do that.
Sensors, no signs of wreckage on the surface. We'll do a standard sweep of the system, starting with that ring of asteroids surrounding the ice planet nearest our position.
Okay, so that's our
Once we're
next.
in range, we'll scan for debris.
That's our
The ship
next
could be among the
objective
asteroids
there.
Or might have been destroyed by them. It's entirely possible if they lost power and were in distress.
If I remember, you can hit tab to get into. This is the tactical view. So we'll go here.
Course laid in.
So yeah, we can zoom the map, what have you.
Affirmative.
Hit shift click. Okay, we can also warp there, but nebulas will mess up the warping, so let's warp.
Engaging warp drive.
Looks like we flushed some game out of the rocks. Be prepared. These Romulans are nasty business. Opening a channel. Romulan vessels. We are engaged in search and rescue operations. Please state the nature of your presence here. That seems clear enough.
So now we're going to get into
Action,
combat
prepare to
here.
engage. We're going to have to fight our way out of this.
Okay, combat can be kind of tricky, but let's see here.
Setting course now.
Okay. So we can use phasers on them.
Stand by to fire.
So yeah, basically you need to kind of position yourself.
Prepare to fire.
So let's turn around.
Setting course now.
So basically to use torpedoes, you got to have them either be right in front of you or right behind you.
Course set, Captain.
See where those ships are. They're directly above us.
Hi, Captain.
Yeah, the controls on the PC version are definitely not nearly as good as the Xbox, but
Course laid in. Course laid in. Target shields down. Course laid in. Hi, Captain. Setting course now. Course laid in. Setting course now.
Okay, that ship. Okay, that ship was destroyed.
Remaining vessels are disengaging. What in blazes were they doing here? Romulans are in the exact same place we happen to be looking for a missing Vulcan ship? Seems par for the course. They might have destroyed the Vulcan vessel, but until we either find the ship or its debris, we won't know for certain. Continue the search deeper into the system. We're picking up some strange readings from that nebula. Could be high-band emissions occurring naturally, but we should check it out just to be safe.
Course set, Captain.
Warp speed on my command.
Sir, we're dropping out of warp. Course set, Captain.
Alright, so we're going over here. We're still moving.
Setting course now. Course laid in.
Initiate warp now. This is a protostellar nebula containing high level of particle flux. We won't be able to stay inside it indefinitely. Let's keep this search brief. Wait. Starfleet transponder. We're picking up a beacon. There must be another Starfleet ship in the area. Proceed inside. Head directly for the beacon signal.
Course laid in.
Okay, so we got to go into the nebula here.
Enterprise, are we glad to see you?
Rick, is that you?
It is. I diverted course to this system to respond to a general distress call and was ambushed by Romulan ships. They outnumbered us, and I was forced to take refuge here when my warp engines were damaged.
Why didn't you contact Starfleet?
We couldn't get a message out. Scans and subspace signals seem to be hampered by the magnetic fields here. We barely made it to the safety of the nebula before its ion interference disabled our impulse drive. We've got the engines repaired, but we can't re-engage the core matrix until we've cleared the interference within the nebula. It seems to dampen our efforts to reinitiate the power flow to our engines.
Stand by. We'll tow you out so you can get your engines back online.
Make it fast, Jonathan. Our hull plating is already corroded to dangerous levels.
Okay, so now we got a tractor beam this thing. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, tractor beam.
Engaging tractor beam.
I don't know if it's tractored or not. Let's see here.
Engaging tractor beam.
Okay, so we got it.
Course laid in.
Let's just move it out of the nebula. Let's just go over here.
Course laid in.
Let's see if we're moving. Yep, we're moving out.
Excellent. That's done the trick. Our engine course is back online.
Great news, Rick. Our Romulan friends have returned. You have to admire their sense of timing. Now let's see if we can't give a little of what we've been taking.
Okay. Okay, so now we have sorry, we have 2 ships now we can control.
Enterprise on station.
You are clearly outmatched.
Enterprise on station.
Romulan target destroyed.
Okay, that one's down. Let's move the Enterprise out of the nebula.
Course laid in.
Romulan attack combined with the corrosive effects of the nebula's particle flux.
In
have done a
5,
good deal of
that
damage to our
will
systems.
grab
Let's
both
hold
ships.
position here until my engineering teams have effected repairs.
Okay.
I'd advise your engineers to do the same, just in case there are any more surprises waiting for us out here.
Okay, now let's go get your fleet. You'll need to give an order to repair it. Okay, so we can repair various systems here.
Arriving at target area. Enterprise on station.
Our ship is in pretty good shape, but the other one is not. So let's see here.
Enterprise on station. Our
Yes.
systems now register green across the board.
Okay, so repairs
We're
are
ready to
done.
Continue the search. Rick, that distress signal you were responding to, did you happen to notice if it was Vulcan?
Now that you mention it, it did have the same carrier wave amplitude the Vulcans use.
That means the ship we were dispatched to locate may be the same one that sent the distress call. What was your last bearing on the signal?
Before we lost contact in the nebula, it was directly behind that dead moon. I'm transmitting the coordinates to your helm.
Acknowledged. That's our next stop.
Okay, so
Objective achieved. Noted in the log.
okay, so press 5 to select both ships.
Bring warp engines online.
We've left the nebula, Captain.
Enterprise on station.
This is the Vulcan science vessel Saleya to any friendly ships in the vicinity. We are under attack by Romulan aggressors and require assistance.
Vulcan ship Saleya. This is the Starfleet vessel Enterprise. We are here to render aid.
Certainly a fortuitous bit of timing, Enterprise. We are transmitting our coordinates to you now.
Did the other ship not warp with me? Or is it not there?
We can cover the distance faster if we transfer all power to the engines.
That thing didn't warp? I thought I selected the entire fleet. No, that's the Enterprise. Oh, no, it's there. Okay.
Enterprise on station.
Why is the Enterprise not there?
Aye, Captain. Warp speed ahead. Sir, we're dropping out of warp. Romulan ships approaching, Captain. Course set, Captain.
Enterprise on station. Enterprise to Romulan ships. Cease your attack or we will open fire. As usual, the Romulans don't respond.
Doesn't seem like they want to talk, Jonathan. Suits me fine. A little more reciprocity for their earlier greeting would be grand.
Agreed. All ships, engage the Romulans and protect the Saleya.
Okay. Why can I not target that Romulan?
Enterprise on station.
We have torpedo lock, Captain.
Okay, that ship is down.
Course set, Captain. Romulan target destroyed.
Okay, that's down. Okay, this ship is not wanting to move, it looks like. Okay, those ships are directly behind.
Romulan vessel destroyed. Enterprise on station.
Setting course now. Aye, sir.
Okay, let's bring the ship around.
Order acknowledged. Romulan target destroyed.
Objective achieved. Noted. Saleya, what's your status?
We are well for the moment, Captain.
It didn't feel like that other ship I was controlling was doing anything. That's
No
weird.
need. We were sent to find you. Just glad to see you're all right.
Sent? By whom?
The Vulcan government asked us to locate you and bring you back.
Ah, intriguing.
How so?
I would say their request for my retrieval is what you would call a euphemism.
Is there something you want to tell me? I'm sorry, what is your name?
I am Terrell, Commander Terrell.
Commander Terrell, what exactly am I doing out here? Can you shed any light on why I was sent for you?
The Vulcan High Command does not approve of my research, nor do they wish me to succeed where so many others have failed.
I see. And what exactly is your research?
My work extends to the beginnings of our Vulcan path toward logic. I am a seeker of past truth.
An archaeologist?
Of sorts. Captain, I believe it would be enlightening if you would make your way to my research outpost.
I'm under orders to bring you safely back to Vulcan. Can you give me a good reason why we should head to this outpost?
I fear my research team may be discovered by the same Romulans who followed and attacked my ship. The loss of any further life would be most regrettable.
All right. We'll follow you back to your outpost. I don't want anyone else to get hurt. But we must be swift, Commander Terrell. There's no telling how many other Romulan ships may be in the area.
We couldn't agree more, Captain. This will take but a short time, I assure you.
Alright, so mission successful. Okay, let's go to the next mission here. Alright, so we have a few command points here. So these are other ships that we could use. We have 2,700 command points to use here. So that's the NX class. We have the Yorktown. So yeah, it goes from Yorktown class, NX class, Poseidon, Minuteman. Discovery class is a scout. It's kind of not great, but let's... Yeah, so we'll add the Yorktown. We have the, what is this? So we have the Enterprise, the Kodo, and the Washington. All right. I think we should be okay.
Commander Terrell, it looks like your researchers have some company. Is there anything you might want to tell me that could help us resolve this peacefully?
Nothing that comes to mind, Captain. The Romulans are obviously the aggressors here. We must act.
I'm going to try and talk to them first. This is the Starfleet ship Enterprise. Cease your hostilities immediately.
While I prize your optimism, Captain, I suggest you speak to the Romulans in a language they understand.
Okay, so protect Terrell's ship and the station and destroy the attacking Romulan ships.
Archer to all ships. Engage the Romulan vessels. We have to keep them from destroying the outpost.
Okay, that one's down.
Enemy vessel detected. Engaging target. Engaging target. Engaging target. Moving in to attack position. There is no escape for you.
Okay, that ship is down.
Vessel destroyed.
Course set, Captain.
Enterprise on station.
Koto, standing by.
Okay, switching up to them.
Shields are down.
Okay, that ship is down.
Destroyed.
Washington, standing by.
Okay, is that all of them? No, there's one over here.
Arriving at target area.
Captain, sensors report enemy vessel. Romulan target destroyed.
Okay, that one's down.
That seems to be all of them, but there could be more in the area. We know they have some sort of cloaking technology.
Well done, Captain. I will now dock with the outpost and begin the evacuation. It seems the prudent course, given that your vessels are the only ones capable of defending us from another attack.
You have a point, Commander. All Starfleet ships, maintain a defensive perimeter around the outpost until everyone on board is evacuated. Nothing gets through.
Okay, so that's gonna dock, and we've basically got to
If I might
protect it.
suggest, Captain, your ships have sustained damage in the battle. The inactive repair facility nearby may be able to solve that dilemma. However, to return it to operational status, you will have to beam some engineers inside of its control center.
Okay, so we got to get to that that shipyard.
Course
So,
set, Captain.
so we're gonna head over there. Then we'll transport some engineering crew on it. And we got to make sure that when the Romulans are probably going to return at some point.
The Romulans sure didn't waste much time. Archer to all ships. We have company. Hold the station perimeter. We can't let them destroy it.
Aborting warp, Captain.
Okay. So I don't know if they should be on board.
Hi, Captain.
Okay, let's warp back into the fight.
Sensors report Romulan ships. Course set, Captain.
Koto, standing by.
Okay, that was down.
Washington, standing by.
Oh no, I don't want to watch it through the warp. What am I doing?
Enterprise on station. They've done it. The repair facility is operational.
Okay.
Now we can use it to patch up our ships.
Romulan ships on approach. Heading set.
Setting course now.
Stand by to fire.
Course laid in.
Romulan vessel destroyed.
Course set, Captain.
Romulan vessel destroyed.
In phaser range, Captain.
Romulan vessel.
Help us, Starfleet vessels. They're everywhere. We can't stop.
Vulcan Outpost, this is Enterprise. Come in. Are you receiving? Terrell, what is going on in there?
Some of the toxic gas spilled into the command module. It has a hallucinogenic effect. My crew is attempting to rescue personnel as we speak, but they are showing signs of dementia.
Can you get them out of there? Our transporter won't work with all that radiation in the outpost.
Understood. We will endeavor to move more quickly.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, I don't know if it's worth going over there to repair yet, because I think the Romulans are gonna just come back if I even go there.
Enterprise to Commander Terrell. Another flight of Romulan ships is approaching. We're cutting it close. You're going to have to hurry. Sensors show Romulan vessels on intercept.
Koto, standing by. Washington, standing by.
Enterprise on station.
Course laid in.
Okay, let's rotate over here.
Course set, Captain.
Koto, standing by.
Okay, that one's down.
Vessel destroyed. Washington, standing by.
They blew up the repair facility, alright.
We've detected Romulan warships.
Target shields down.
Okay, let's see if we can rotate a little bit more. Can we get into firing our torpedoes? Not quite.
Koto, standing by.
Photon torpedoes ready.
Romulan vessel destroyed.
Target shields down. In phaser range, Captain.
Lock phasers.
Phasers ready, Captain. Phasers locked on target, Captain.
Romulan vessel destroyed.
Enterprise on station.
Enemy vessel detected.
Why is Enterprise all the way over there? What the hell?
Koto, standing by.
In phaser range, Captain.
Washington, standing by.
Target shields down.
Take us into warp. Sensors indicate new contact. Take us to the target area. Full impulse.
Romulan vessel destroyed.
Enterprise on station. Archer to Terrell. We picked up a large Romulan force bearing down on us. We must leave immediately. Terrell, what's going on in there? Respond. Enterprise on station.
Romulan ships on approach.
There is no escape for you.
In phaser range, Captain.
Okay, we got more Romulans to deal with.
Setting course now.
Enterprise on station.
Koto, standing by.
Phaser's ready, Captain.
There is no escape for you.
Course laid in.
Romulan ships on sensors.
Stand by to fire phasers.
Romulan ship destroyed.
Target shields down. Phasers locked. In phaser range, Captain. Romulan ships approaching. We have torpedo lock, Captain.
And that one's almost down.
Romulan target destroyed.
Koto, standing by.
Course set.
The Praetor demands your destruction.
In phaser range, Captain.
Enemy vessel detected.
Romulan ship destroyed.
There is no escape for you.
Okay, let's lock on here.
Romulan ships on sensors.
Aye, Captain.
Romulan vessel destroyed. Enterprise on station.
Course set, Captain.
Koto, standing by. Washington, standing by.
Captain, sensors report enemy vessel.
Let's get after this one here.
Setting course now. Enterprise on station.
Koto, standing by.
Course set, Captain.
Koto, standing by. Washington, standing by.
Enterprise on station.
Setting course now.
Research pods have been exposed to space. Labs 4 and 5 are filled with toxic gas. You must stop the Romulan attack and get us out of here.
Koto to fleet. Awaiting orders. Washington, standing by. Stand by to fire phasers. Washington, standing by. Koto, standing by. Romulan vessel destroyed.
Okay.
Koto, standing by.
Significant damage to warp drive, Captain.
Washington, standing by. Captain. Enemy shields are down.
You would stand against us. You invite your doom.
We lost an engine. All right.
Romulan vessel destroyed. Enterprise on station.
Where is she going? Terrell, do you have everyone from the station? Damn it all, we're still reading life signs on the outpost.
Okay, so she's piecing out. Let's see here.
We've lost the outpost and everyone aboard. Push your engines as hard as you have to. I want Terrell to answer for this. Pursuit course.
That won't be necessary, Captain. Thank you for your assistance. We couldn't have secured the necessary protomatter without your aid. Now we are much closer to accomplishing our goals. I doubt we'll meet again. But if we do, know that my gratitude will not save you in our next encounter.
I knew I didn't like that woman. Vulcans. Secretive and deceitful. I should have learned from the Andorians. My mistaken judgment cost these people their lives. I won't make that error again.
Okay, completed the mission. All right, so let's go to the main menu. All right, so that's basically how the gameplay works. There's various missions, various objectives. We're just gonna mess around the skirmish now. So we'll do deathmatch. That's a map. 2 players. Let's do all arrows. Let's do a one-on-one. 10 minutes, 30,000 command points. No respawns. Okay, so AI. Let's see here. We'll do Federation. And is there a way to do random? Let's do Klingons versus Federation. So we have 1 ship. So yeah, let's just go through our ships here. So we have the Discovery, we have Striders, Apollo, the Orberth class, Apollo Refits, Nova class, Minuteman, Poseidon. There's the Miranda, that's I think the Reliant, I think was one of those. There's the one from Wrath of Khan, so the Miranda refit. I'm probably going to go with Defiant, but let's see what else we have. We have the NX, Classic, 1701, no bloody A, B, C, or D. That's the refit. That's the one from the films. Nebula. There's our Intrepid class. Classic Galaxy class. And Sovereign class. Well, we're going to go to the Defiant on ours. Okay. So yeah, I think they assembled their own fleet.
Defiant ready.
So there is
Sensors
Cisco.
report enemy vessel. Course laid in.
Let's warp into it.
Fight, you honorless dog!
Ready pulse phasers.
Our shields can't take many more hits, Captain. Our shields can't take many more hits, Captain. Course set, Captain.
Yeah, maneuvering these ships is kind of a pain.
Captain, they've taken out our shield. Course set, Captain.
Mighty is the Klingon Empire.
Captain, hull integrity is severely compromised.
Yeah, we're getting destroyed here. Yeah, the skirmish mode is really, really difficult.
All hands, abandon ship.
No, we lost. Can we still repair? No, we're done.
Mighty is the Klingon Empire.
Okay, let's go over here and try to repair.
Give me all the power you can manage. Warp speed.
We're repairing. I don't. This is not going to do any good, but. And I've barely done any damage to the Klingon ship.
Engineering, give me all the power you can manage. Warp speed.
She can't take much more of this, Captain.
No, there we go. We're done.
Core breach imminent. Our shields are low, Captain.
Let's try that again. Let's try it against an easier AI. Okay, we're going against Borg. Actually, okay, so we'll just lock it into the TNG era. All right, we're going to go with the Galaxy class. Okay. All right, easy AI. I mean, like, skirmish is really difficult.
Standing by.
Captain, sensors report enemy vessel. Course laid in. Our shields can't take many more hits, Captain. Captain, they've taken out our shields.
Lock phasers.
Captain, all integrity
Oh my God.
compromised. Warp core breach imminent.
Prepare to evacuate the ship.
Yeah, there's ways to target different systems, like targeting their weapons or their engines. Kind of forget how to do that exactly. Yes. What if it's in the controls here? Alright, let's do one more skirmish here. Co-op waves. This is co-op. Let's do Federation and Klingon. Oh, there we go.
Defiant ready.
So Rose AI then. Rose Deep Space Nine. There's our Klingon ship.
Resistance is futile. Our shields are low, Captain.
What the heck?
Board vessels on approach. Captain, we've taken out our shields.
Oh my God! Like,
Antimatter containment. Captain, hull integrity is severely compromised.
all right, that did not go well. All right, we'll try one more skirmish. Probably gonna lose again, but let's see here. TNG era. Fleet of one.
Enterprise.
All right, there's Captain Picard. All right.
Aye, sir.
I think they're cloaked.
Course set, Captain.
Obviously, this is the Enterprise E from the TNG films.
Affirmative.
They've got to be in this area somewhere, because I thought I saw them on the map before they cloaked.
Setting course now. Setting course now. Captain, sensors report enemy vessel.
Right, there it is.
Course laid in. Affirmative.
Fight, you honorless dog!
Order acknowledged. Phasers ready, Captain.
Getting blasted here.
Setting course now. Course set, Captain. Photon torpedoes ready. Target shields down. Our shields are low, Captain.
Photons are loading, sir. Direct hit to enemy sensor. Our shields can't take many more hits, Captain.
Fight, you honorless dog!
All right, we got one finally.
Our shields are low, Captain. Klingon vessel destroyed.
All right, there we go. All right, and I think that's going to be a good spot to end this video. Still a lot of fun. Controls on the PC version, not particularly amazing. Absolutely did horrible in the skirmish mode. Probably could have done better in the campaign mode. Like I said, the 360 version is the better version of this game. But yeah, when this came out, I had a lot of fun with it. It's a fun game if you're a Star Trek fan. I think you can look past the bad controls. It's got a decent enough story with all 5 captains in it, which is cool. But that is going to do it for this video. We'll be back again in a week from now. We're jumping into 2007. Really looking forward to that. And then we'll be back after that with the rest of the decade. So thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one. See ya.